Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are here for Boruto episode 42. I'm doing a bit of a binge tonight. A little bit of a binge. I have three more episodes to watch to get to where I want to be, and then I have to edit all three of them after, so I'm in for a long night. And because of that, I'm just gonna forego on the recap on what happened last episode since it kind of wrapped itself up and we're moving on to a new section of the story, I think. So yeah, let's just get right into episode 42. Alrighty, so we are gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Ooh. Here we go. What's gonna happen now? We're right into stuff. What are we into? Are they chasing a cat? This time I'm not letting you get away with epic music. Sharingan! Oh shit. That's a cat, I think. I know that anime trope of starting with an epic opening and saying, I'm not gonna let you get away this time. And you're like, oh shit, what's going on? But it's just a cat. You won't fool me, show. Why are the cats so ninja in this show? All the time. That's cat. It looked black when it was jumping before. I guess it was just how they wanted to draw the speediness of it. The opening is the same, I think. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm actually pretty hungry. After I record these episodes, I might have to eat something before I edit them all. Alrighty, just about back into it. A ninja's job. Ooh. It's just gonna be a filler of a bunch of mini missions, maybe? Yep. Okay. So they've gone on several missions since the last episode. And this was just another of them that we saw real fast. Makes sense. Frickin' Mitsuki. I have a feeling it's not gonna be. Oh god. I don't think we know who she is. I think she's someone new. Uh-oh. Oh, Konohamaru, okay. I was gonna say, who's coming up behind him? I thought it was gonna be his dad after he said that. Yeah, that's true. They're in peacetime. It's gonna be pretty boring to be a shinobi, you know? That would kind of stink, you know? Yeah. But I mean, still, you gotta, like, imagine training for a profession. You go to college for something and you graduate and you end up doing, like, something lesser just because you're not, like, needed as much, you know? I don't know. Something like that. Freaking Boruto. Although, uh oh. Rock Lee. Oh, nice. Kiba's part of the police force? uh, even the news reporters like, what's up with these guys? Hmm. Being a ninja should be about recognition, Boruto. Oh, they have video games? Oh, wait, yeah, we saw them using handheld games before. Never mind. Oh, Hinata. It's always good to see her. Oh, it's gonna be something silly, I feel like. Hmm. I have a feeling this isn't what it sounds like. Oh, this is imagination. I was gonna say, what the hell? God damn it, Boruto. It's a big cop. Oh, he's not as big now. The angle he's before it made him look big. Captain of the police force, okay. Hmm. Oh, jeez. Was that the robber? He has bombs strapped to him. It's wireless. Which wire are you supposed to cut on wireless? Just kidding. This guy is so nervous. I like how cheery this guy is when he's standing at a bank robber. Oh. Wait, so there's no one else in there? Is it just him with a bomb strapped to him? And he's like... I see. This even doesn't seem like a job for them, honestly, but... Alright. This poor guy. What if he just hits the button right now? They're just standing there waiting or something. I'm worried about the suspect's safety. I wonder if that's a shadow clone. Oh, man. Oh my god. This guy's the worst bank robber in history. Yeah. Aw, poor guy. I don't remember doing is an interesting phrase of words. Did you work on the game that Boruto bought? Hmm. Rough. What a jerk. Welcome to the real world, Boruto. People are scumbags. Yep. Mm, just like our world. mm. Watch Boruto help him rob the bank. Oh my god, please no. Hmm. Oh, well, now it relates back to Boruto. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, jeez. 5 minutes, I guess. They have 5 minutes to save him. That would have sucked if he just blew up right there. But I guess this is a little bit, somewhat of a kid show. What the heck, Boruto? Shouldn't you be a little bit better coordinated than that, even tied up? He just bought it. What a coincidence. Hmm. But does he know how to disarm the bomb that he started now? Doesn't It's not like an on-off switch. Oh shit. I saw that coming. Oh no, the intense music is kicking up. What are you gonna do, Boruto? You have less than a minute. Why'd you hesitate so long? I hope they're not all tied up. Okay, that would have been hilarious if they were all just tied up. Uh-oh. You can use lightning style? Okay, I'm pretty sure he's gonna make it. They're just still standing out there. It's been like over, like, what's it been, like 10 minutes he's been sitting in there and they've just been standing there? Nice. Nice. Sounds like he won't. It wouldn't have blew up anyway, or it wouldn't have caused any fatalities. But would it have like blown up? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Hmm. Oh, Denki. The rich guy. He's gonna contact the rich guy. Nice. That's a crazy looking building. Oh, he's starting to learn a little bit, I guess. Oh. Oh, jeez. Who are these guys? Uh-oh. Hmm. It's the owls. I don't know. Alright. Get to see the new ending again. Do, 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 do. I don't really know this ending yet to hum along. That was an okay episode, though. I mean, obviously it was a filler, so it wasn't really, like, the best. But it seems to be leading into a bigger story, which is kind of cool. I like the song. I just don't know the beat yet to like hum along with it. That looks crazy, that part of the outro there. It reminds me of what we saw in the first episode where we saw older Boruto. Alright, so that is the end of episode uh that's 42. Sorry. Yeah, so that was on the more boring side for me anyway. It was more character development and seeding what seems to be possibly a further plot for our Team 7, maybe, or this might end up being another one that's handled by the adults that we just see going on in the background. Kind of like, well, I guess our kids got involved in the Nue story, but kind of like the Nue thing where as they give us like fillers and character development, they give us a little bit of like investigation from the adults as well for a while. I didn't expect this episode to turn like when I got into it, I was like, all right, this is probably a filler, all the way up until the very end when they seeded a further plot line into it, and yeah, so that shocked me a bit. the last like 30 seconds is definitely a lot more interesting than the whole episode for me personally. But we're bound to have episodes like that. The I don't know if it was intended to be this way, but I know a lot of the times when it comes to anime, they need time to catch up to or for the manga to catch up, so that way they have stuff to write into an episode, and that's like the whole reason for fillers and everything. So, and maybe some people don't consider this a filler. Sorry if it like angers anybody that I call it that, but it just wasn't the most interesting episode. But it definitely like gave us more of a look into Boruto and more stuff that I'm not the biggest fan of Boruto being like, this stuff's boring, and how I think actually this stuff is boring. Him saying that isn't the biggest problem. In fact, I actually don't mind that now that I think about it. I think the biggest thing I did not like was him saying that there's like no point in doing it if you don't get recognition for it. And that's just no way to think about anything that you do. Like, it's a very bad thing to get stuck on, in my opinion. And yeah, he did. But luckily, it seems to be somewhat resolved in this episode. We'll see. Because we have seen him regress. Like, he'll learn something one episode, and the next episode he still doesn't follow it. For example, this last arc seemed to teach him about teamwork, yet he still went in to handle this situation alone. So, I don't know if that was Boruto, like, still not respecting teamwork, or if that was just the writers wanting to teach Boruto a lesson by having him talk to this guy, So maybe Boruto did learn a lesson in the last two episodes, and now he just, and now it was just, like, handy for the story for him not to work as a team this episode. I don't know. But I thought about that during the episode. I was like, well, he went in alone, and his team is still outside. He's not working as a team, even after the last two episodes that were all about teamwork, and he seemed to, like, really be changed a bit by Lady Kiri and everything, and then right back to the old ways. But, like I said, it might just be the way the writers wanted to write it, rather than it being, like, still a part of Boruto's personality or something. I usually don't try to look at things in the way that, like, the writers want it to be, like, the way, yeah. Anyway, moving on from that. But I do like, if this does stick, I like the way that this episode turned out, because it's helping Boruto become more of an adult. Like, I know he's still a kid, but, it's helping him realize the importance of certain things in life and everything, so, which is pretty cool. But other than that, before I talk, like, I'm trying to cover everything before I get to the last bit, to go a bit more in depth into that, but I don't think there's much else for me to talk about for the rest of the episode. It was just funny seeing that wimpy guy trying to rob a bank, because that's not the stereotype at all, It's interesting. And I mean, I guess that last scene kind of explained why a bit more, and also just his mental state and all that, but it was kind of cool seeing him get some recognition for the game that he worked on, making him happy, and unfortunately, a lot of this stuff I saw coming, like, oh, we got a really serious job ahead of us, and then it ended up being something very silly. Well, yeah, relatively silly. I was mentioning during the episode when Sarada showed up, we got like an emergency summons, and Boruto got all excited because, like, it's a bank robbery, and I was like, it's not gonna be like as exciting as Boruto thinks, is it? And then I also, I kind of obviously picked up as soon as he activated the bomb. I was like, all right, he's not going to be able to disable it now, right? And then he wasn't able to disable it. So a lot of the episode I kind of predicted. So none of it really caught me by surprise until the ending bit, which did catch me by surprise. So I guess we'll just talk about that now, and that'll probably sum up this episode. I wish I keep trying to come up with more to talk about, but I felt like there was something towards the beginning that I wanted to talk about, but maybe I already did cover it. Maybe I will. I'm gonna skim through real fast before I talk about the final bit to see if I can notice what I wanted to mention before. Oh, I guess I could talk about that a bit. It's interesting how we're seeing the effects of the piece that Naruto created. I did kind of want to elaborate on what I was talking about in the episode when I mentioned like going to college for something and then doing like a lesser position of that. So I guess one example would be, imagine if you wanted to, I guess, I can relate this into something from me. If you wanted to do database administration, which is something that I want to get into when I graduate college, and I want to, I really want to be creating the databases and everything. But if I graduate and then I get a job, and they say, okay, well, we have so many people working this that you're just going to be entering the data. And that's like the most simple, mind numbing thing you can do in that kind of field, in my opinion. And then I keep doing it and I keep doing it, and I'm just seeing that, they just there's just so many people that I can't ever move up, and I'm just stuck in this position of, entering this data mind-numbingly day in and day out. I could see, like, having the same kind of attitude that Boruto has, where you're like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But for me, I guess I could just find a different job. For him, being a shinobi is kind of like a whole village thing. It's not like he can just, find a new employer to be a shinobi for. It doesn't really work like that because, the world's in a peaceful time. There's just not a lot of battles going on. And I mean, obviously, story-wise, we know that bigger things are gonna happen to disrupt this peace mainly because this is a story that needs to have interesting conflicts. It can't just be a episodic saving cats show, and they've already seeded some bigger stuff coming and all that anyway. But also, not everyone seems to be okay with the piece. And I guess I can segue into the last bit when I say not everyone is interested in peace, because the last scene where Konohamaru is talking to the police captain, apparently they questioned the suspect and found out that he was told to go rob that bank at that time, apparently, and then we saw those people in the masks, and he was about to step in front of a train, which is pretty rough, honestly. So in a way, these people that seem like they want to disrupt the peace in a way are like, help this guy. But regardless of that, I'm guessing that their goal is to disrupt the peace, like I just mentioned. Like, maybe they aren't a fan of this kind of era that's being had, so they're causing chaos, or maybe they have a bigger plan. Because the thing is they said he was told to go there at an exact time, which makes me think that they had a plan for something to happen during that exact time, and I wonder what it was. I wonder if that was like they had something planned, they needed a distraction, and they used him, and then they got away with something, or maybe they are just creating chaos because they're not a fan of the piece. I'm not sure. But that's interesting. We saw a decent number of them. I think there was like 4 or 5 of them we saw jumping on the roofs with at least one of them had an owl mask. I don't know if they all had matching masks or not. But that's interesting. I wonder if this is gonna push right into this as an arc, or if we're gonna get a couple filler episodes. Like I guess I kind of already talked about this, but kind of like what I mentioned before, where if we're gonna get some filler episodes where they briefly mention this and maybe Boruto's missions have some small ties to these people, and then eventually it ramps up, or if it's just gonna ramp up next episode. I don't know. I guess we'll have to watch to find out. But I guess that sums up really everything I have to say. I feel like I'm kind of regressing into talking about the same stuff again, so I think I'm going to end it here. I have 2 more videos to record, so honestly having a shorter discussion doesn't bother me too much since I can get through the other 2 and get to editing quicker. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the content. I very, very, very much appreciate it. And then I just like slurred my words really hard there. Sorry about that. I notice in my editing sometimes that I slur my words, and I really hate that about me. I've been editing and keeping stuff in the episode, and I'm like, I don't even know what I said there, because sometimes I just try to talk so fast that it just doesn't come out right. It's just jumbled. But yeah, so anyway. Check out my Patreon if you want to support the channel. I now have 2 tiers of benefit. Well, technically 3 tiers of benefits, one of which I'm not utilizing yet. The first tier, which is polls, I'm waiting to see if I can get enough patrons sometime in the future to do polls to vote on the next show and stuff like that. But for now, I just choose the shows myself. But there are 2 tiers other than that now. One is full length, which I've had for a while now, where you can see the full episode without any cuts or anything. And then I now have early access, so if you want to see the episode a week ahead or more, so technically, if you're watching this episode, which is 42 on YouTube, you could go on Patreon, and if you become that tier level, you'd be able to see episode 43 all the way already on there. And if I get extra time, I might watch ahead of that too. So there might be even more episodes on there as well. But don't count me on that. There's definitely going to be one ahead though all the time now. So yeah. You guys can check that out if you want. You can also check out my anime list in the description below. You can find the Patreon link down there as well. If you want to recommend any shows for me to watch, feel free. But please check out the My Anime list first, so that way you can see what I've watched already, so you don't recommend something I've already seen. So yeah, and then the plan to watch is also shows that I plan to watch on the channel. I've updated that now, for that purpose. But yeah, so just let me know, or if you just want to chat or anything, or let me know about stuff, or just no spoilers, no future episode stuff, none of that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.